Remember the baby from the famous Nirvana album, Nevermind? Well, the baby that's featured on that album cover, and that censorship is something that we did. The actual album cover is uncensored. That baby is now suing for being featured on the album cover. The individual is now 30 years old and he claims that he's been exploited. So does he have a case? Let's give you the details. Spencer Elden, the man who was photographed as a baby on the album cover for Nirvana's Nevermind, is suing the band alleging sexual exploitation. Now 30, Elden says his parents never signed a release authorizing the use of his image on the album.
So shouldn't he sue them?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. But like the lawsuit is nonsense anyway, right? And you'll see why. You'll see why.
What do you mean?
First of all, can I just note, that is the most average looking baby of all time. Because guess what? Most babies just look the same. Like you're not gonna be able to tell like who that baby became as a 30-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really an identifiable baby.
No, most aren't. I mean, the reason that they label the babies in the hospital is because if you didn't, for 1 second that they got jumbled up, no parent would be able to tell the difference.
Right.
And honestly, what's the difference? They all look the same.
They do.
Like you could just like do like, the little thing with the cups with 3 babies and then reveal all of them. You're never getting your baby back. Well, you got a 1-3 chance, I guess.
All right, so he alleges that the nude image, this is the part that gets crazy. The nude image constitutes child pornography. The image exposed Spencer's intimate body part and displayed Spencer's genitals from the time he was an infant to present day, legal papers filed in California claim.
Yeah, okay. I could understand maybe being frustrated by that. People can debate whether he actually is frustrated by that or has suffered any harm, and that, like if he gets his wish and this actually goes to court, I have a feeling the judge is probably gonna be pretty harsh on that based on some of the stuff you're gonna read. But yeah, no, you could be bothered by that, I suppose. The question is, how bothered, what kind of monetary compensation is merited after so many decades, and the fact that the photo bears no relationship to you as an adult anyway.
Right, okay.
So there's a lot of issues with it, but I'm not saying it's impossible for him to have been bothered by this.
Right, okay, I agree with you on that. In fact, I'm also gonna say, don't post pictures of your naked babies online.
Or any pictures of your babies.
Oh. Okay,
don't.
Hold on that, because I think that's an interesting discussion.
Okay.
So in regard to child pornography, what's the law, okay? Well, non-sexualized photos of infants are generally not considered child pornography under US law, but Elden's lawyer argues that the inclusion of the dollar bill, which was superimposed, makes the minor seem like a sex worker. This is super uncomfortable. The legal case also alleges that Nirvana had promised to cover Elden's genitals with a sticker, but the agreement was not upheld.
Okay, that's potentially
So look, if there's
something.
evidence of that, then sure, okay. Then the lawsuit should move forward. We should see what happens. But there are some concerns here, okay? So here's what Elden has to say. He alleges that his true identity and legal name are forever tied to the commercial sexual exploitation he experienced as a minor, which has been distributed and sold worldwide from the time he was a baby to the present day. He's asking for damages of at least $150,000 from each of the 15 defendants, who include surviving band members, the managers of the defendants, the managers of Kurt Cobain's estate, and then Cobain's former wife, Courtney Love, and photographer Kirk Weddle.
The photographer too.
Yeah, the photographer.
Again, so his true identity and legal name are now tied to it. So in terms of the identity, like based on your face, no one would for all I know, you're lying and you were the baby. I don't know, how would I know? And in terms of your name being tied to it, I just read your name and I don't remember it now. So I don't know how much in like the popular consciousness it's tied. It's impossible to connect any individual to that baby.
No one would have tied Elden to that cover unless Elden made the decision to file this lawsuit. So by nature of filing this lawsuit, now everyone knows that he is in fact the baby on that cover. And I would argue that He's not really that bothered by it. In fact, I'm gonna go to the last graphic here. Elden has recreated the album cover several times as a teenager and adult, always wearing swimming trunks to mark Nevermind's 10th, 20th, and 25th anniversaries. In fact, he said in the past, "It's always been a positive thing and opened doors for me. I'm 23 now and an artist, and the story gave me an opportunity to work with Shepard Fairey for 5 years. He's a huge music connoisseur. When he heard I was the Nirvana baby, he thought that was really cool." So those comments are good. And look, man, you can change your mind, I guess. So if he feels exploited today, let it all play out in court and see how it goes. But it seems like he might be in a tough spot financially and is trying to look for a way to, make a buck.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Just because you said one thing doesn't mean you could have been coerced. I understand all that.
Yeah.
And he could be bothered by it. But the judge is gonna have to look into whether they think they actually is a jury. So we're just reacting kind of the way I think a lot of people will.
Right.
It's a bit of a preview how this might go.
Yeah, and one final thing. I agree with you wholeheartedly about avoiding posting pictures of your children online because they're not consenting to it. I get it. You're the parent, and
we can talk about in the post game.
And you know what? We'll talk about it in the bonus episode today because I do think it's an interesting discussion. I'm not judging parents who do it. I just think it could come back to bite them in the butt.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.